matchup with significant intrigue. The #1 seed, Nino Bonaccorsi. He's been to this stage before, fell to A.J. Ferrari of Oklahoma State in the finals in 2021. And Tanner Sloan, the #7 seed. He's their first finalist in 5 years. And either Keith Gavin, the head coach at Pitt, gets his first national champ tonight, or Damian Hine at South Dakota State gets his.
Really impressed with Tanner Sloan, what he's been able to do with this tournament here. Low seed to make the finals. It's a guy that has good solid pressure. Kind of looks almost a little bit undersized for the weight class there, but he's got a great sense of balance. Likes to shoot, but I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with this #1 seed here. Nino Bonaccorsi gets a lot of shots off in his matches. You know, hits that double almost to set up a single. And
he does a good job, Coach. It's sheer volume. You give yourself opportunities to score. The more chances you can give yourself, the more ability you have to score, and he does a great job of that.
Bonaccorsi hoping to become Pitt's first national champion since his current head coach, Keith Gavin, was one at 174 pounds back in 2008. South Dakota State has only had one, and that was Seth Gross, 133 pounds in 2018. Sloan, the #7 seed. You don't get here without some upsets. Beat the #2 and 3 seeds on his path to the finals tonight.
Drag to one side, came to the single, and the other little misdirection play right there. And here's where he's really solid. He can go ahead and clear the ankles. He's got the bottom leg hooked right there. Can he clear his head? Sloan trying to pressure back into him.
And Sloan, look at him curling those hamstrings, really strengthening those legs, making it difficult for Bonaccorsi to finish here. Bonaccorsi's got to try to swing, choose a side. He's going to swing, try to hook the leg, push the knee off the head. But Sloan's doing a great job. He's got the wrist there.
Wow, yeah, he's got the cross wrist right there. This is a
problematic situation for Bonaccorsi. Spins out here with a minute in the first.
They may have missed a few strikes right there, Coach.
They missed the neutral danger call there. Probably not enough to get the 3 count, though, but it's certainly past 90. I tell you what, that's great defense. Great defense there by Sloan. Look at this cross wrist ride right there.
And the shot right here, no control has been established. So once there's a control established, then the count can be not control established, but once it's stopped in the motion, then you can start the count. The motion was still moving for Bonaccorsi, so we couldn't start the neutral danger.
30.
Back on a single leg here, treetop finish. Coming up high, scoops the leg and scores.
Great finish by Sloan. Bonaccorsi is typically the guy doing all the attacking, getting to the legs and finishing. But what a great single leg and a quick finish by Sloan.
Drops in on that, just inside bicep tie right there, comes up. Look at this, catches Bonaccorsi up in the air, nice scoop, settles back, stays in bounds.
Well, you want to shoot fast and finish hard, Coach. He got the leg up off the mat right away.
And with 18 seconds left, just like we've seen in these earlier matches, this is really important. Nice mat return, find a wrist.
So much of what is done to get these dreams to fruition here in the finals happens in the darkness. For Tanner Sloan, this is his 4th time qualifying this year. The senior from Alburnett, Iowa, population 699 north of Cedar Rapids. Had never reached the podium. Last year, a really tough road, 1 and 2 at the NCAA championships. Both of his losses in sudden victory.
Well, just like we've seen with the earlier matches, guys, that 2-0 lead, finishing the period in the top position, so critical. You have that opportunity to ride a guy out, it's huge.
Sloan's path not that dissimilar from Wade Phillips back in the early 20th century. Came from small town Iowa here to find liquid gold in the ground. And Tanner Sloan from Alburnett, Iowa to Tulsa, trying to walk away with the hardware.
Bonaccorsi trying to get a little riding time here, matched up, maybe sneak a riding time point in. He's giving up a takedown and a ride out, so you can't really just stay totally committed to that, but doesn't seem to be willing to go ahead and let go and give the cheap escape.
And Sloan's working hard here, Coach. Yeah, he's doing his best to try to figure out a way from this position. Look, he's stepping over the leg, he's back hooking.
He's out, and he leads 3-0.
Oh, beautiful little low shot there. Got to the far ankle, which is up to the single leg. Bonaccorsi, an excellent finisher. They're able to shelf the leg. Now he's in a high single position, and he scoops the leg and he scores.
Same finish by both guys. They get the foot up in the air, off of the mat, and they go with that back hook trip to finish. Great takedown by Bonaccorsi.
Under a minute.
We saw where he had some success in the top position. He'll stay with it.
If he can ride out here in the second period, he can build a riding time over a minute to head to the third.
Still in, guys.
That's really critical here. If he can go ahead and, like you mentioned, Mike, give himself, what's that going to be, like a minute 15, minute 17. Right there, look at this beautiful finish. Shelves it first, gets it up to his chest, comes underhook there over that ankle, and catches Sloan up in the air, sweeps the leg, gets the takedown.
Well, he's really testing Sloan's flexibility. He got that foot up on the shoulder for the trip. Great takedown.
Sloan was jackrabbiting around on the outside of the mat there. Mirror takedowns. Sloan still has the advantage by virtue of the escape point.
Heavy hips there on the side. Nice little changeover by Sloan, but Bonaccorsi doing a great job of following that. Critical situation in the match.
It's not because of lack of effort. Sloan's working really hard here, but Bonaccorsi just knows exactly where he wants him to be.
The national championship drought for Pittsburgh may end this evening. Their last national champion, Keith Gavin, at 174 pounds. He's their head coach now in his 6th season. He won it in 2008 under the late head coach Randy Stottlemyre there at Pittsburgh.
And that's about as excited as you see Keith Gavin.
I've spent a lot of years with Keith Gavin. He rarely smiles, but the guy is excited. He knows he chose neutral in the 3rd period. He understands what he needs from his wrestler. He wants a takedown here. He's great on top, but if he can get a takedown and then ride out the remainder of the match, he knows exactly what Bonaccorsi needs here.
That hard ride may have paid some dividends here. It's kind of slowed down. Nice job of getting to the corner there. Then misdirection
nice single
shot.
leg. Wow, look at that. That misdirection has really worked for him.
Yeah.
And again, that back foot, as soon as it goes off the mat and touches the carpet, it's blown dead. So regardless of how far Bonaccorsi was in the center there, they have to blow the play dead and give him a fresh start. Look at this, fakes right, goes left.
Left leg
amazing
goes
shot.
out. Yeah.
And then that left foot touches the carpet.
Pick it up, Nino.
Looks like Sloan has the tie that he'd like to have there. Inside bicep tie, chose not to go with it. The pace of Bonaccorsi's improving here, and I think Sloan slowed down a little bit.
1 minute.
Single leg hit position. Notice how he takes that.
He's got to work here, coach. He's got to work. Whoa, great elevation here. Great elevation here. Great finish.
Beautiful. Bonaccorsi to take the 4-3 lead, riding time in his favor as well. So it's a 2-point deficit for Sloan. 45 seconds left in the match.
And if I'm Sloan here, I'm working as hard as I can to get out of bounds. You need a fresh start. You need a mental reset here. If he lays his belly on the edge, as long as their legs are in the circle, they'll continue the action here. And he's going to lose this match if he doesn't get a fresh start or work hard to get out.
Yeah, he's given up the wrist ride right there. Now he's got the leg in. Again, the match could end right here. If you're Nino Bonaccorsi, you don't have any incentive to go ahead and move off of that.
Short.
10 seconds. Bonaccorsi riding it out over Sloan.
And he's going to do it. And Keith Gavin looks like an absolute genius right here. Most guys would have gone down, tried to take the free point. Keith Gavin said, no, we're going to put ourselves in the driver's seat. We're going to take neutral, and you're going to go and take this guy down. Great coach-athlete relationship. He knew what he had to do. He went and got the takedown and rode him out to the finish. And he's a national champion for the very first time. Congratulations, Nino Bonaccorsi.
He was denied a title in 2021. And here in Tulsa, it's his chance to flex as Pitt's first champion since 2008.
Look at this beautiful takedown right there. Misdirection. Gets back in the leg, goes low on the ankle right there, drives across. Boy, he did a great job of finishing that. Kept his ankles free. This is one of the best things the NCAA has done, is allow these families to get close to these matches. Wonderful. Look at that reaction.
Well, Quint, the best accent in the tournament is with you.
Nino, tell me about your people here.
This is my family. They're my #1 supporters. They've been there with me through all the ups and downs. I couldn't have done it without these people behind me. This is so surreal. I've been dreaming of this moment since I was 8 years old. I was watching these guys run out here and win. I can't believe it.
Your dream almost looked like a nightmare to start the match. You're down 3-0. What was going on in your mind?
Nothing changes. I keep wrestling my whole match. I knew it was going to be ugly. Had to get there and just wrestle my style, and came away with the victory. Glory to God.
It wasn't ugly, was it?
It was a little ugly.
you got Keith. You got your head coach Keith Gavin to smile. That's saying something.
That's saying something, dude. Stone cold, but he knew how bad I wanted this, and me and him put so much work in, physically, mentally, everything. So I couldn't have done it without him. I can't believe it.
Taking it back to Pitt. Congratulations,
Thank
Nino.
you so much.
Way to go.